They said it was just pest control, something feral in the trees, but pests don't watch you sleep. They don't whisper your voice back to you. I was 2 months out of college when the debt collectors started calling like vultures, the kind of broke where you check your bank account and feel personally attacked. I majored in anthropology. Don't ask why. I liked bones and dead languages and thought I could teach someday. Then Sally Mae sent me a bill the size of a car loan, and the recruiter showed up at campus like some grinning demon with a clipboard. "Want your debt erased?" he asked. 1-year contract, non-combat, classified pest control. That last part should have been the red flag, right? 2 weeks later, I'm in Ukraine, in a forest so quiet it made my ears ring. They dropped us in with 4 other guys, none of whom looked like they knew what pest control meant either. Davis was former infantry, a hard ass who slept with one eye open. Tuck was a farm kid with too many tattoos and a laugh that always sounded nervous. Reyes didn't talk much, just chewed toothpicks and cleaned his rifle obsessively. And Jackson filmed everything. Said if we weren't allowed to talk about it later, he was at least gonna remember it. They gave us thermal drones, rifles, and a single phrase to go on. Local wildlife disturbance, likely hostile. Observe and report, no engagement unless directly threatened. There were rumors, whispers among the higher-ups, something about livestock being torn apart, villagers disappearing. "It's probably just wolves," Davis muttered. "Russians bomb a few hills and suddenly squirrels turn carnivorous." But then we noticed the forest was wrong. No birds, no insects. Even the wind seemed to avoid the place. We followed GPS to a set of makeshift bunkers half sunk in the snow, with tracks that just stopped, like the previous unit walked out into the trees and vanished mid-step. That night, I couldn't sleep. Something kept brushing against the outside of the tank we were using for shelter. Metal groaning, a slow, deliberate scraping under the treads. Reyes said it was ice shifting. Jackson swore he heard breathing. We didn't find any tracks in the morning, except one, deep, clawed, like something crawled out from underneath us. The next day, Reyes found a deer carcass split open like a zipper, its spine stripped bare and placed on a log. Deliberate, arranged. The eyes were missing. Jackson filmed it. Still think it's wolves? Tuck started muttering prayers after that. We tried to call base, static, the kind that crackles behind your ears, the kind that sounds like breathing if you listen too long. We set motion sensors, night vision. Nothing caught anything. But every morning, something was moved. A pack dragged 10 feet, a rifle unloaded. One night, I woke up with dirt under my fingernails and no memory of leaving the tank. The next morning, Reyes was gone. Just gone. No blood, no signs of struggle, but his boots were still there, standing neatly at the edge of the forest, and inside one of them, a single tooth, human, still wet. We searched. Jackson found claw marks on a tree so high up none of us could reach it, even on shoulders. Davis said it was a bear. Tuck just shook his head. That night, we heard Reyes screaming. His voice, his exact voice, begging us to help him. Crying our names, whimpering, pleading. It came from 3 directions at once. And we knew, deep in our bones, it wasn't him. Tuck cracked first. We found him crouched outside the tank at dawn, barefoot in the snow, staring into the woods with his head tilted like he was listening to music. His lips were moving, but no sound came out. When we got close, he flinched like we weren't supposed to be there. "I saw Reyes," he whispered. "He came back." Jackson stepped forward. "What do you mean, came back?" Tuck's mouth twisted into something that might have been a smile. "He's not cold anymore. He's part of it now." We dragged him back inside and wrapped his feet in gauze. Frostbite was already setting in. He fought us the whole time, muttering things in a language none of us spoke. That afternoon, Davis shot a shape in the trees, something pale and fast. We ran after it, breaking protocol. We should have stayed together. We knew better, but we didn't. We found a clearing smeared in red, not blood, not exactly. It was too bright, too thick, like something had been liquefied, spread around. In the center of the clearing was a camera, Jackson's, still recording. We found him hanging from a tree 20 feet up, open like a curtain. No sign of a weapon. His throat was missing. But the audio on his camera, static. Then laughter. Not his, not ours. Something that sounded almost human. Almost. Davis didn't speak the rest of the day, just cleaned his rifle and stared at the entrance to the tank. That night, it came closer. We didn't see it. We heard it, scratching along the walls, pacing above us, the sound of nails on steel, then whispers through the vents, our names, Davis's mother's voice, Tuck's childhood dog barking. It knew things it shouldn't. I plugged my ears and still heard it, inside my head. Then Davis got up, grabbed his rifle, and walked out without saying a word. The door slammed shut behind him. We waited. 10 seconds, 30, a minute. Then we heard his voice. "I got it. It's dead. Come see." But it wasn't his voice. Not really. It had the cadence, the breath. But the tone was wrong. Off. Like a recording slowed down and played back too fast. Tuck whispered, "That's not him." We didn't open the door. In the morning, we found a note tucked under the door, written in shaky, blood-stained handwriting. It mimics their screams. No signature, no footprints leading away. Just the note and a trail of drag marks leading into the woods. Tuck begged me to leave, said we could hike out. That base was probably lying anyway. He was probably right, but we waited one more night. I should have known what would happen. Tuck woke me up with a knife to my throat. "It told me the truth," he whispered. "It said you were going to let it in." I fought him off, screaming, clawing. He sliced open my arm before I knocked him out cold with the butt of my rifle. He's still breathing, but he's not there anymore. His eyes don't follow me. He doesn't blink, just stares, mouthing something. I don't want to know what it is. Now it's just me. Me and whatever the hell is out there. It stopped pretending last night. Didn't even use a voice. It just scratched a single word into the metal of the tank. "Hello." I haven't slept in 4 days. The sun won't rise. I don't know if that's real or just my brain shutting off the clocks. The tank smells like blood and piss and copper wire. Tuck is still breathing, but he's not blinking, not talking, just mouthing that same phrase over and over. Even when I shake him, it's wearing his skin. It's wearing his skin. I taped his mouth shut. I'm not cruel. I need silence. I need to hear the scraping when it comes back. I need to hear it become me. Last night, it stood at the tree line. I saw it, not a blur, not a shadow. It, tall, pale, arms down to its knees, back bent like it forgot how to be human halfway through becoming something else. Its face was empty, no nose, no lips, just a mouth too wide and eyes like cigarette burns in snow. It didn't move, didn't blink, just opened that mouth and screamed in my voice.
Help me.
Like I was the one out there. Like I was dying. Like I was already dead. I ran. I left Tuck, left the tank, left the gear, the comms, the maps, all of it. My boots didn't touch the ground. I floated over the snow like a man in a nightmare sprinting through molasses. Branches tore at my face. Something chased me, but I didn't look back. I heard it crawling through the trees, clicking bones, wet breath, nails dragging across bark, mimicking my gasps. Then it changed tactics. It laughed, like Reyes, then Jackson, then my mom. Then it whispered, "You didn't make it out. You just think you did." I screamed until I couldn't hear myself anymore. I passed out somewhere near the river, face down in the snow. I awoke to boots crunching beside me, American voices, real ones, guns, radios, medics. They dragged me out on a stretcher while I thrashed like a wild animal. I bit one of them, drew blood. They held me down, injected something cold into my neck, and the world folded inside out. When I woke up again, I was in a white room with a bolted door and a mirror that watches. They said I'd been rescued from a failed field op. They said no other bodies were recovered. They said I was lucky, that I was done, that my debt had been cleared. I still hear it sometimes in the vents, sometimes in the walls, sometimes when the lights flicker and I catch my reflection breathing when I'm not. They think I'm fine now. They smile. They hand me a discharge paper and a check with zeros I can't count. But when I pass glass, I never look directly. Not anymore. Because once, just once, I did. And the version of me on the other side didn't smile back. It just whispered, "Hello."